Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Create Team with Ferrari. It's Season 5, Round 7. Tonight we are heading to Imola for the Emilia-Romagna. A little later than initially planned, but here we are, and we are good to go. So we are 11 days away. We've got a little bit of time until the Grand Prix itself. We're going to get new wings today, finally. New front wing and new rear wing. Let me have a quick look at the calendar. So we are, as you can see, 3 days away from getting the front wing, and then 6 days away from getting the rear wing. We've got some sponsor money to come as well. And there we go. The front wing is ready to go into production. So let's get 6 of those built. Let's see. We are 8 days away. So we will have 1 for each car and a spare on qualifying day. Let's go ahead and get those into production. How you doing, Tony? How you doing, Army? How you doing, Wayne? Good to see you guys. And now we just have to advance time for the sponsor review, which we comfortably breeze through. That's 3 million there, and an extra 1.6 for a race day appearance as well. Very nice. So now we're up to 6 million, and that means we can finally get one of these sorted. And because it's so expensive, we're going to go with refurbing the design center. There you can see. So we will get ourselves back up to the 3% gain that we're supposed to be getting for each of those airflow parts there. Airflow, sensitivity, the middle, the front, and drag reduction. That'll take just over a month. We've got 1.6 mil left in the bank, and that is enough to pay for the rear wings. Factory's going to have to wait a little bit longer, but you know, that's fair enough. Let's take a look at the new targets. So 6 more weeks to go. We're going to get another 3.3 mil, 3.03 mil from that, and we're going to get another race day appearance as well. So we're going to be looking at, again, at about 4.6 mil in 6 weeks' time. Very nice indeed. Once again, we're going to throw Tim on there. That is his role this year. And I'm going to throw a couple of engineers on there as well as a bonus. There we go. Just in case. Shouldn't need them, but better safe than sorry. Right. Let's advance time another day. And now we can build the rear wing. So we are 6 days away. So we're only going to have 1 each for our drivers, unfortunately. But as long as we don't break one, then we will have spares for the next Grand Prix. So let's spend 1.1 mil and get 4 of those up and running while I go and find my glasses. There they are. Right, so got 2 slots available, but we don't really have the money left now to fill them. So we're going to have to wait a little longer. Let me remind myself. Research was just 5% across the board, wasn't it? Yes, just 5% across the board. So we don't need to worry too much about research this season. But we do need to do a little bit, I think. And then we are just under 3 weeks away from being able to get a new side pod and a new chassis again as well. So that's good. There we go. Plenty of bits and bobs built in the run up there. Our survey from our staff says that they are unhappy with car performance. Same with our race engineers. Our technical and aero staff are unhappy with the drivers. Everybody else unhappy with car performance. Okay. Let's take a quick look. We haven't seen the weather forecast yet. So it's going to be cloudy. A bit of sunshine on the Friday, but more sunshine on the Saturday for qualifying, and then just cloudy on the Sunday. That'll drop the temperatures down and make tyres last a little longer. So we might be able to get away with just one stop. Just a one stop on the race rather than a two stop. We'll see. Let's take a quick look at what those new parts have done for our car. We're going to fit them just to Joe's car. Just as a quick comparison there. So that is quite a nice improvement there. We have gained a little bit of extra speed, as you can see. Not a massive amount. We get a tiny bit more acceleration. DRS effectiveness has improved substantially, at least in terms of the rankings. Again, rankings don't always paint the full picture, but you can see we've definitely taken some steps forward in the cornering. So our low, medium, and high speed have all improved. The low and medium quite nicely indeed. And our dirty air tolerance has gone from worst on the grid to slap bang in the middle of the grid now. So that's nice. Let's take a look at the actual value changes. So we gain 0.20 kilometers per hour, just 0.001 in acceleration. DRS has improved by a little under 3%. And then just small gains, as you can see, in the downforce, but it will make a difference. And the dirty air has improved by 4.03%. That's quite nice. Little gains in the tyre preservation as well. So they're not a monstrous step forwards, but they're doing what they need to do, which is excellent. And then we are going to have a new side pod and chassis, which are pretty bad. Despite being a Mark II already, they're not great upgrades, so we're going to need to get those done. We do need to get a new underfloor done as well, because that's starting to lag behind a bit. But yeah, car is starting to step up a little bit, so hopefully the wings are going to make a nice, substantial performance improvement come race day when we're in race trim. Let's set our targets for tonight. So, once again, 17th for Fudo and 18th for Joe. We should be able to breeze through those quite comfortably. Let's go to Imola.
Welcome along to Italy, and welcome along to Imola. Just outside Bologna in northern Italy, Imola hosts the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, named after the region it sits in. Surrounded by woodland, this iconic track is rich with Formula One history and the legends of those who raced here.
Taking a look at the top of the constructors' standings, we've got a team that's starting to pull away. But all the teams are fighting hard and there's everything to play for.
Let's get on with the weekend.
Yes, indeed, we are in the fight still, trying to close down Cadillac. Okay, so let's see. We changed out the gearboxes last time, so let's put the practice gearbox in now. We are going to probably swap the engines out tonight as well. Because they are now getting into risky territory. As you can see, that's a 40%. At the very least, we are definitely losing some power with those engines now. So, yeah, switching those over will definitely help us. Let's put 25 laps of fuel in this run. We are going to have to improve our car part knowledge a fair bit tonight with those new wings. And let's go with a 7, a 12.5. We'll go with a 4.6. I'm going to go with a 3.25 and let's go with 0.25, 0.2. And we'll switch it over for Joe. So we'll go a little bit lower. And a little bit higher, like that. It's going to be, I think, a 12 or a 12.5 on the rear wing. I'm not sure about the front wing, though. Theoretically, it should be somewhere in the region of around a 7, but might be a little less. All right, Stoffel is going to be running a damaged engine part tonight. Good chance that that will go orange at some point during practice then, which means it will get switched out in time for qualifying. Let's see exactly what his car issue is. It's his gearbox. Okay, yeah. So he's already got a newish engine in and a new ERS, so that will be the hat trick of replacement parts. Let's get some feedback. We're at 65% with Fudo. Fair bit of work to do there. What about Joe? Oh, boy. Yeah, 25%. We've gone very badly wrong on that one. Not the best start to our first home race as Ferrari and the start of the European leg of the season. Is that genuine pace from Tsunoda? I think it might be. He's looking quick. Let's see. Ollie Behrman's in for McLaren. Bortoletto is in for Williams. Pepe Marti's in for RB. That's it, just the three of them, by the look of it. All right, so let's drop that down. Dial that back a little bit. I think it's going to be a 13. Well, I suppose it could be a 13. I think it might be a 13 then, actually, thinking about it. Given how far off we are with Joe, just 25% or so. Yeah, maybe we have misjudged it that way. Let's go to a 3.7. Let's push that all the way up. Bring that all the way down. Let's drop that back there. That's a bit too much. Let's go. No, let's go with that. Let's see how we do with that. Yeah, so that is going to be a 13 at least then. Oh, we've gone the wrong way on the roll bar. Oh dear. Let's try a 6.4. That's going to have to go up. Let's try something a little bit more of a compromise. Try that. I'll see in the next session if we've got a little bit closer with that. I completely got my setup wrong here on this one. I don't always nail them or get really close on the first run, but I don't usually get that far away. Must be confusing it with a different track. Sometimes that happens. My mind will play tricks on me, and I'll confuse my ideal values on a circuit like this with a different circuit. We've got Monaco up next. That's an easy one. It's just maximum front wing, maximum rear wing, and then somewhere between like a 9.1 to a 7.3 on the roll bar, and then change the camber and toe to compensate for that. But it's very easy to get pretty close on the first run there, and then just feckle it down and fine tune it. So that's it for practice one. Got a good little bit of running in. Teo showing some pace. Let's see if he can actually avoid running out of fuel tonight. Spoiler alert if you didn't see yesterday's race. Oops. Okay, on to the next session. We'll go with 25 laps again. We've already done the setups. We don't need to worry about that. And there we we go.
5 seconds to the green.
Hopefully we will get a lot closer this time. So I had a little bit of fun, in inverted commas there, in quotes, trying to fix my headset last night. I went to get my my super glue, my Gorilla Glue, and because it's been a little while since I've used it, it's all dried up. So I'm like, oh, damn it. Hang on, I think I've got another tub somewhere. No, that's dried up as well. Damn it. So, out with the parcel tape. Tape the left side of it together. It went in such a got a crash. It crashed on the side. It cracked on the side panel. Pretty much where I take the headset off each time. Oh, that's a little spin and into the barrier at Toaster there. For science, rear wing damage, maybe a little bit of powertrain damage, but nothing too serious there. And I can already feel it's starting to potentially go on the other side as well. As much as I do love the Pulse Elite headset, it's a little bit of a design flaw, the way that they're constructed. Build quality, not as good, in my opinion, as the original Pulse headset, the Pulse 3D. Which is both disappointing and quite surprising as well. Sony are normally very good at headset design, and for whatever reason, this one just doesn't feel as sturdy. Just outside the 1-year warranty as well, which really doesn't help. All right, we got our feedback. We're up to 84 and 81. Big improvement. A little bit of fine tuning to do now. And yeah, when I realized, I figured it would be the roll bar. We'll go with a 5.5. We'll dial that back down to about there. And that should hopefully be it. There we go. Yeah, I picked up my headset about 13 months ago, I think, maybe 14 months ago. So it's just outside that warranty period, which is frustrating. Do I want to go with a 5.5 here? I think I do. No, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. What I want to do is that, I think. Go with that. Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice headset, but with the constant disconnects that I've been getting, with the PlayStation Link dongle, and now it's cracked on one side in a place where it's not easy to tape together because of the headband and the way that's attached. So I've had to partially tape part of the headband as well. I couldn't get any glue in to fix it that way because I didn't have any glue. Plus, I don't know if that would have been the right thing to use anyway. I can't, from a build point perspective, recommend these headsets. So if you have if you haven't bought one and you were on the fence about buying one, careful is all I'll say. It's a really nice headset. But yeah, just be careful. For the £130 I paid for it, not worth it at that price for how flimsy it actually is. Okay, once again, Yuki Tsunoda topping practice times. He's looking very quick. This might be flattering to deceive, but he could be a factor today. We're going to go with another 25 lap run. That's probably a little more than we need to do, but again, want to keep chipping away at that car part knowledge. Just incrementally work that back up a bit. So we've gained, what, 15%?
One green at the moment.
I think. Since the beginning of the weekend, since we put front and rear new wings on. We are, as I say, going to have a new chassis and side pod going on the car at some point as well. The last thing I want is for our car part knowledge to drop below 50%. So we can make decent strides into getting it back towards 100 tonight. And then finish that off in the next race at Monaco. We won't have to lose too much knowledge and have to do extra running. Too much extra running to get the knowledge back up again with the next pair of new upgrades. And assuming that we have the money after today, we will be getting, after this race, we will start a new underfloor as well. That's the only part we haven't done at least one upgrade for so far. There we go. That's what I like to see. Optimal. That's what I like to see even more. 100%. Fantastic. We're at 48%, but that's based on a setup in the high, mid to high 80s. So UGE is now done. Let's see what Zhou does. $89. Ooh, bit more work to do for Zhou. We'll let him finish his run. That should hopefully be enough. He's going to be close to getting to 50% as well. How you doing, Strofan? So there we go. Comfortably where we need to be with Fuji. So that is a 5.5. Let's go with that. That's going to be there or thereabouts, within a few percent, I think, if not bang on for Zhou. And we'll find that out once he's done his first run in qualifying. So we are good to go. Where's Yuki? Second off the pace. Oh, damage for Logan Sargent. That might be underfloor. You can see Stoffel no longer has that damage on his car, so looks like they've swapped that out. Yeah, there we go. New ERS for him. Let's take a look at Logan. No visible wear showing anywhere on his car, so that's probably underfloor damage for Logan. So the reason why I don't like to debut a brand new underfloor at this circuit if I don't have a spare is because it's really easy to actually damage your underfloor in practice going over the curbs on this track. And that is practice done. We are ready, once we've swapped out engine parts, for quali. Porsche showing pace again.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
Qualifying at Imola can be a tricky red flag-strewn affair. Teams need to prioritize getting a banker lap in, rather than risk leaving it too late and having to settle for a subpar time.
Let's talk about Mercedes for a moment, Karun. Where's their driver going to be at right now?
It's clear that their teammate is pulling ahead of them right now, which they're bound to be nervous about. Hopefully they can keep a level head, because they can't really afford to make any mistakes.
And with that, let's get back onto the track.
Okay. New engines going in the car tonight. It is our home race, so we do want to impress if we can. Let's put the lightly used gearbox back in the car. ERS is still absolutely fine. No issues there. There is a chance that I've gone the wrong way on that roll bar, but I don't think I have. Given how much we needed to find, I'm pretty sure that it is going to be a 5-5. Everything else I'm happy with. So maybe if I dial that back. No. Let's get back to where it was. Shouldn't tinker and go against my initial feelings when I do that. I invariably do things the wrong way. Let's send Joe out first.
10 seconds to the green.
Wait a moment. Fuji. Make sure we've got a little bit of clear air between them. Valtteri's going out. Let's see if we can jump out in front of Valtteri. Nope. Shit. This is going to go either really well or really badly for Fuji. It's going to be one of the two. Valtteri's shown some good pace, so I don't think we'll get held up by him. We may even get a nice little benefit. But, yeah, always better to be in that clean air. around a circuit like this, where there aren't that many long drafting opportunities, and it's more about getting clean air over your wings to generate that downforce. See if anyone pops out of the pits in front of us.
And more push when you're ready.
We'll be fine with Joe. Just waiting to see if Fuji's going to get held up by anybody. That is one of the Cadillacs. Piastri making his way out. We'll beat him into turn one. There we go. So clean track now for both. So Zhou's quicker than Valtteri. Fuji has gone purple with that slipstream as well. Pretty solid first lap here for Zhou. And across the line he goes. Fuji is definitely looking quick. Purple, purple.
Charge. Okay, Joe. Now watch your delta. We need a fast in lap.
Copy.
Valtteri does go slightly quicker than Zhou. Just under a tenth quicker. And then Fuji a couple of tenths quicker still. We do have to take our lap times tonight with a pinch of salt when trying to determine just how much of an improvement the wings are, given that we are running brand new engines as well. And some of the grid will not be running new engines. But let's see how we're looking against Piastri. Oh, he's just starting his lap, isn't he? Within just over a tenth. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I mean, Zhou's probably a clearer indicator, so maybe about 3-4 tenths away. There's definitely more time to find for both. Let's take a look at the setup. Did we get it the right way or the wrong way? Looking at where the baseline indicator is for driver confidence, I think we've gone the right way. 96%. Oh, we are close. We are really close. We're close enough. I'm not going to tinker with it. Trying to chase that extra 4% just by moving the front wing isn't going to work. We're more likely to actually lower the setup value. And I'm certainly not going to be making the changes that would require a pit lane start, braking park Fairmay, just to find 4%. And starting from the back of the grid, that would be a disaster. So we will be ready to run again with Zhou, but Fuji's done. Don't need to run again. Leclerc has gone quicker, as has Antonelli. I think we are going to need to do another run with Zhou, just to be on the safe side. Might well hit traffic on this lap, unfortunately. Can we beat the McLaren through? Yes, just. That was close. That was important. Ah, that's bad. That's really bad.
I saw it.
All right, how much time have we lost? So we're looking at a 22.7. Oh, and he lost the 10th. Okay, so we'll keep going. No improvement here either. Oh, big lift there. Yeah, this lap's a bust. Just going to abort the lap. There's no point carrying on. Big
But
locker for
this
Alex
is what
Albon.
happened. Heading into Aqua Minerale. Very heavy on the brakes. Now they
And that's
did leave
his
it very
flying lap
late.
ruined. So he's already ahead of Joe, so he's safer than we are. Porsche is way off the pace right now. He's looked really quick all weekend, but now he's struggling a little bit. He's tucked up behind Antonelli, I think, or is that Piastri? It is Antonelli. Has he been held up in the earlier part of the lap? Porsche gets knocked out. This will be a bit of a shock. And there we go. He goes quickest. I think that's partly slipstream boosted, but still, that's mighty quick. Gasly is out, along with Logan Sargent. Sainz is out as well. He's on a cool-down lap. Lawson to the line. Lawson is out. Perez is on a flyer. Chance for Perez to improve. Perez does not improve. So, it is Gasly, Lawson, Sainz, Sargent, Perez, and Van Dorn eliminated. Both Mercedes are out in Q1. Bad times at Mercedes.
Okay, green.
All right, let's see if we get a clean enough run. We're going to hit traffic in turn one here. It's not ideal. Oh, just through. That was close. But we got through without being held up. What about on the run to Tosa? Okay, we just about got through without being too compromised by Leclerc there. Had to take a slightly tighter line than we would have liked, but we did all right. So Joe's going to be fine for the rest of the lap. Now we need to worry about Fuji. He's looking very planted around this track. And he's going to get a little boost across the line from the back of Charles Leclerc here. So this should be quite a bit quicker here. Well, less than a tenth. I thought it'd be slightly quicker than that. But that should hopefully be good enough for both of our guys. Porsche puts in a quick time, as does Leclerc. Antonelli's still top at the moment. Let's go out and do another run on these tyres. Not expecting a big improvement, which is why we're just going to whiz through. Joe did not improve in the end. Just didn't have enough pace at the end. Don't think Fuji's going to improve either. No, he didn't. We have a yellow flag. Porsche.
Finding out what's happened here, and it looks
Little
to be
coming
the
together,
McLaren that's
perhaps.
involved. Look at the McLaren driver here. Not a lot of wiggle room here.
Oh,
Has to be said, that was pretty risky.
that was
How will this
clumsy.
affect their chances heading towards the Grand Prix, I wonder?
And that's on his build-up lap as well, I think. Oh, that's his in-lap. Is it Valtteri or is it Iwasa? Oh, it's Valtteri. So has that damaged Valtteri's car? I think Valtteri might have got away with that. Piastri currently in danger here. He's on a build lap. Question is, do I gamble and stay in? Yes, I'm going to take that gamble. Might live to regret it, but I'm going to take that gamble. All eyes on Lando. As he crosses the line to start his flying lap with just about 10 seconds left on the clock. So we need him to have a scuff lap here. But we've also probably got to consider Max as well. Is Max on a flyer? No, Max is done. So Max is out. Not too concerned about Ocon. Although that may come back to bite me. Ocon actually coming to the end of the lap now. Valtteri's out. Nagel is out. Ocon doesn't improve. It's down to Lando. Oh, no. Someone has improved. Who just knocked me out? Damn it. Should have gone again. Never mind. A mid-table start for Zhou. Where are we going to catch Antonelli? This circuit really does seem to suit Fuji more than some of the others he's been to, because the braking stat less important around this circuit. This is all about cornering. A lot of fast flowing corners, not a lot of really heavy braking zones. His braking stat, as we know, is not the best, but his cornering stat is through the roof. So it's really working out very nicely for him. Of course, the downside is that overtaking is tricky on this circuit, so having a low overtake value like he does will make it difficult for him to move forward. 111.5, not a bad opening gambit, but we're a second off the pace of Porsche. Wow, where did that come from? We were on brand new tyres as well. I'm going to go again on the same set and send him straight back out again. And then that should hopefully leave us enough time for a run on another set if we need to. Lock up for Yuki at the end of the lap.
Tsunoda. Nothing at this point.
Oh, he's getting blocked by his teammate as well. What a disaster for RB there. No, Wasser locking up at the same turn.
As they reach turn 17. And there's the lockup. They were just unable to do much about it.
Alright, so Albon's on his way out of the track. This is not the best place to be closing in on the back of that Aston. Got through without any real trouble, that's good. So we're looking for a good improvement on this lap. Norris is up there as well. Got no more traffic to worry about. So we exit Tosa and go up the hill. And then back down the hill into Aqua Minerale. Through Ravazza, this double left-hander. And that is a nice little improvement. We get Fuji E up into peak confidence, and we've just got time to slap on a new set of tyres and send them back out again. See if we can get even further up the order. While he's in peak confidence. And we're going to get out just in front of Oscar. So, damn it. Probably would have been better to go out just behind Oscar. We might be about to give Piastri the the pole position here. But Porsche is still way up there, look. Here we go. Can we trouble the front three? I don't think we have enough outright pace to do that, but let's see. Looks like McLaren have definitely brought some upgrades here, and they seem to be working well. They have a chance, because Norris is on his flying lap now. They have a chance of locking out the front row here. We found a little bit of time in the first sector as Norris is coming out of Ravazza up to the line. He does not improve. Tsunoda's popped up into 4th place, and that's bumped us down to row 3. Up to Variante Alta. Through the chicane nicely. Another personal best sector. Can we at least get back in front of Tsunoda if we can't trouble the front 3? Iwasa now knocks us down another place. We should beat him. Fuji goes up to 5th. He finds a little bit more. The Piastri improves. But we are back on row 3. We did get ahead of Stroll, who popped in ahead of us briefly. And we got back in front of Iwasa, but Tsunoda was a bit too much. Oh, Leclerc goes top. We get bumped down to row 4. So it is Leclerc on pole from Porsche. Antonelli at his home circuit is in 3rd place ahead of Norris. His teammate Piastri down in 5th. Then it's Tsunoda in 6th. We're 7th ahead of Stroll. Then it's Iwasa from Albon on row 5.
Not long until we get going here in Italy, with 63 laps of hard-fought motor racing.
Imola can really reward consistency, as Nigel Mansell showed here in 1992 when he became the first driver to ever win the opening 5 Grand Prix of a season.
Imola has no fewer than 4 chicanes, with the Variantes putting a slow-speed corner into every sector around this historic circuit. It's a high downforce track with sharp turns breaking up the straights. Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
All right, can I get away with just a 1 stop? I don't think I can. That is slower. Evening, Clark. Maybe we do go with that. Joe's going to have to work a little bit harder. So maybe going with the 2-stop is a better option for him. Just to help him make his way through the order a little bit. We're going to do that with Joe. And then we'll try and just 1-stop this with Fuji, I think. We're going to take a couple of laps of fuel out. I'm going to take one lap out for Joe, so we can push him a little bit harder. And let's send them to the grid for the start of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. Now I wonder, will things be going Lando Norris's way in this race?
It's a second row start there in P4. The trick will be not to slip backwards because there are plenty looking to capitalize.
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? This is it, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Not the best start from Fuji. Wassa gets alongside. This is a good start from Zhou. Fuji, though, has made a terrible start. Everybody's starting on the mediums apart from Lawson on a set of hards and Van Dorn on a set of softs. So we lost one place with Fuji, but look at Zhou. He's up 3 places now.
Good job.
Ah, no.
Overtake available.
Iwasa got back in front of us. I was like, okay, let's switch Joe over so he doesn't get held up, given that he's on the more aggressive strategy, and then he got overtaken anyway. Ah, it's annoying.
DRS enable. At the moment we are P10. Behind you, Albon.
Now it's time to start pushing. Hopefully we didn't get dropped by Stroll there while we were changing our settings. No, we didn't. Just kept him. That's good. Couple of breakaways. Leclerc, Porsche and Antonelli. Then it's Tsunoda about 2 seconds back with Norris behind him. They will probably look to try and close up quickly. Piastri and Stroll are just a little bit off the back of them as well. And Stroll is putting Piastri under a lot of pressure here. Tsunoda and Norris have caught the back of the front 3, so we've got a 5-car breakaway at the front now as Stroll moves ahead. And Zhou gets in front of Iwasa, but is he too far behind his teammate to get the slipstream? I think he might be. Or get the DRS, sorry.
Okay, Joe, you're doing a good job at the moment. At the moment we are P9. overtake available.
Right, come on, Joe. Close up. Oh, fault for Norris. It's early on. Potential engine issue there. Evening, Rinketic.
Okay, mode charge. Mode charge.
There we go. Both cars back into the DRS train. Just sacrifice Fuji's position temporarily. We've got battery to be able to push to close back up again. But we don't want to overheat Joe's tyres more than necessary. He's on that different strategy. We're splitting them. 1 stop for Fuji tonight, 2 stop for Joe. See which one works out better.
Use overtake. We should try to close a bit more the gap there.
See if I can get back onto Oscar and Co. So the front group has all joined back up together again. And there we go, we just about got back on.
More charge.
And we have a yellow flag, and there it goes Lance Stroll.
Yeah. No overtake.
Let's just calm Joe's tyres down a touch now.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Zhou Guan Yu is the focus here. Can they squeeze by?
Have I won a race yet? No, not yet. Not even a sprint. But we're still doing pretty well. We're still second in the constructors. We've had a few podiums. Running brand new front and rear wings tonight as well. And we do now have that spare front wing.
Okay to push on tires.
No spare rear wing yet, but if we break the rear wing, we can't fix it during a race anyway. We have another yellow flag. That is Perez, I think, off at Tosa.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now this was the
Did he hit the wall?
corner.
Or was it just a little lock-up?
Well, you can see the lock-up.
Just
Took
a little
gamble,
lock-up.
and it was just too late.
Uh, 1-0 win for Liverpool tonight. Fantastic. PSG beaten in the first leg. And we're going to need to slingshot our drivers here. Am I from Liverpool? No, I'm not from Liverpool, but I am a Liverpool fan. Have been since I was a kid. I don't sound scarce. Yes, because I'm not. Midlands born and bred. Hey Victor, good to see you. Right, new fastest lap for Teo. He's broken away from Charles at the front.
Tires update.
Tire feel okay.
Full charge.
I'm starting to think that the one stop will get a decent result for Fuji, but it won't get us stellar points, and I'm not sure whether or not we'll get enough pace on the two stop for Zhou to do any better. Let's take a look at tyre wear, see what the rest of the grid's doing. They might be two stopping as well, you know. I think I'm going to switch Fuji to a two stop as well. We've got the tyres. We might as well see what we can do with those. And then we can hopefully use our drivers, keeping them together to get the leapfrogging like this. Keep their mentality nice and high. And help them keep their batteries in good shape as well. Sakiwasa just dropped a couple of places. Or a place.
More charge, more charge.
So let's take a look at what the fault is for Norris. It is engine. It's not looking too bad heat-wise, 113 degrees, but it won't be helping. Especially in the dirty air of Oscar, who still is not able to get back onto that front group again. They keep dropping away, those two. We're almost full on battery with Fuji. We've got another lap of charging or so to do with Zhou yet.
Try to do your best, Jodar.
We can see we can start closing back up towards Norris again.
You need to move the charge.
Yeah, it looks like everyone else is going to be two-stopping as well. Even Lawson, his tyres have been pushed really hard.
Yeah, understood.
Piastri back in front of Norris again. Porsche moves back ahead of Leclerc. Now Tsunoda and Antonelli in danger of being dropped a little bit. As Leclerc retakes the place again. Oh, those two side by side as they run up to Tosa and out of Tosa. Leclerc with the advantage, and that's fighting has allowed Tsunoda and Antonelli to get right back on them again. And we have our first pit stop already. Checo in for a new set of mediums. Wow, they did not last long. Decent stop. Just cool those tyres down a little bit.
As much as possible.
Copy.
You think you can get yourself an away ticket for Liverpool against Spurs? That'll be a good one to watch. You're a big Szoboszlai fan. Yeah, he is being touted by the Arab clubs in a big money deal. I don't know if we'll keep him or not. Depends just how much we get offered.
Focus on our race. Behind Verstappen. He's 2 seconds from you. Use overtake.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure either move would really be good for his career. If he goes to Real Madrid, he's more likely to be a bench warmer than anything else, I think. It's not that big stellar signing that Real like to make. And if he goes to a Saudi club, then it's not great for him either. I think if he wants, I don't think Barcelona either. I think if he wants to be a midfield stalwart where he's playing every game, he probably has to leave for a club of a lesser standing. Somewhere where he's more likely to get game time every game rather than part of a rotation. I mean, I don't think we should get rid of him. I think it's a good addition to the squad. I don't think he's necessarily, start every game material, but he's an excellent tool to have in the kit.
You can reduce slightly the management there. More charge, more charge.
Copy.
So despite all of that pushing, we still were not able to close the gap at all to Norris and Piastri. It's frustrating. And we didn't really pull away from Max that much either.
Tires update.
Tires starting going in the middle.
I think lower part of the points is where we're going to be now. Do the Beatles tour. You're looking for things to do while you're in Liverpool. Probably going to try Nando's. There's probably a Nando's closer than Liverpool if all you want to do is just try Nando's. That shouldn't be the highlight of your trip to a Liverpool game, is getting to try Nando's. You should certainly see if you can get yourself, if you can get up there, see if you can get a stadium tour on the same day. I don't know if you'll be able to or not, but getting to go through the stadium tour, get the trophy cabinet experience. All right, pit window is about to open up for Zhou. Another lap to go for Fuji. Going to rebuild the batteries now.
Are you ready?
Copy.
I mean, Nando's is good, but it's nothing special. It's just fried chicken. It's
Copy.
What would I go for? I mean, I would do the Beatles tour, but then I'm old enough to still be a fan of the Beatles. Wasn't really around for them, but I did listen to them a lot growing up. What would I do food-wise? I mean, Nando's is just it's just like KFC or Burger King or McDonald's. It's just a fast food place. So I mean, if you want to try Nando's, go for it. Just don't expect it to be, the most amazing food that you've ever tasted. Brekkie. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not in the north, but I mean, I still say brekkie every now and again instead of breakfast. Lunch, yeah, lunch is universal. Everyone says lunch. Tea, it's more of that's more of a northern thing than anywhere else in particular in the country. But again, it's not limited purely just there. It's usually just like dinner is the evening meal, but some people call it tea. Some people call it supper. All right, let's see. We're boxing next lap for Joe.
You're doing a good job. Piastri in front of you.
Stroll is probably boxing soon as well. He's being aggressive.
Can't do much more here.
Try to recover your...
I'm not entirely sure how it all initially kind of broke out, but I mean, it used to be afternoon tea was very much an upper middle class thing, to have afternoon tea, and that was not so much as a meal, more of just an event where you would have a couple of little cakes like scones or things like that with cups of tea, and that was afternoon tea, and it's just kind of morphed from that, I think.
And the box is lap. Box.
Copy box.
So in front of you we have Norris.
You can see how much fuel
Stroll straight behind.
we've saved. I mean, we did take one extra lap of fuel out on Joe, but you can see the difference because Joe's been in the slipstream more, using the DRS more. He's saved fuel a little bit more than Fuji's done. Probably do a little bit of fuel saving here with Fuji. Oh, yellow flag. Ocon's got a fault as well. Russell having a big lockup somewhere. That looks like spinning out at Aqua Minerale. Yep, that's what he's done. Into the gravel. Evening, Mike.
Go Billy.
Let's see if our mechanics can do the job for us. .1, that's not the greatest. The Stroll's picked up a fault.
What's happening with the shifts?
where are we going to feed out? 20th.
Clear,
Long way behind George.
At the moment, we have Russell in front.
A long way ahead of Stoffel, though. And now Fuji's going to make his stop. That's better, 1.8 seconds. And that's the quickest stop of the Grand Prix. Once again, our pit crew pulling out an excellent stop for us. Let's hope we can get a quicker stop for Joe on his second stop as well. Porsche is still wobbling for the win here, still fighting for the lead with Leclerc and Antonelli. We do have an undercut chance. I need to get my drivers together again, so we can absolutely maximise that. Let's see what lap time Joe does across the line. On 17.1. His tyres will be getting it into the window on this lap. Don't want to push him until Fuji gets onto the back of him, so I can bring Fuji with me.
More charge.
Copy.
Okay, more charge, more charge.
Yep.
No, just going to fall short. Wow, Perez, having made that stop, is still 29 seconds behind us. That's a new fastest lap for Fuji. Tyres are in the window for both drivers, so the pace should pick up a little bit this lap as well. Yeah, 1:16.8 the last time round for Joe. Now we're starting to get the undercut on the drivers that will be stopping soon. Chance to pull back some of that time that we've been losing to Piastri, Norris and Tsunoda.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Logan Sargent into the pits, and George Russell. One less car that will potentially hold us up. That was right in front of us in terms of Russell. Won't have to worry about Sargent either. That's hard tyres for Logan. He's going to try and go to the end then, I think, maybe. Possibly. Same for Russell.
Tires on target.
Yeah, copy.
More charge.
And we have a yellow flag. Please do not go to a full course yellow. Gasly's made a mistake, maybe. Yeah, blocking up.
Now, this happened as they arrived at turn 12.
Blocking
There
up at
goes the
Aqua
steering.
Minerale.
But that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
More charge.
Yep.
Might have accidentally dropped Fuji here. Just through we go. Gasly will drive into the pits, as will Ocon. Fuji did just get the DRS. That's good. About 30 seconds behind Piastri, so we're not going to be undercutting him yet.
More charge. More charge.
All right, so Stroll was in front of us. We should be undercutting him here. And that's a few more cars jumping out of the way for us. We do get comfortably through against Stroll. Tyres has he put on? He's gone hard tyres, so that's him probably going to try and go to the end. Maybe they are one stopping then. I thought maybe they were going to two stop, but looks like I might have been wrong on that one. And the leaders are in. This is going to be very tight here. It's a good stop. Oh, and Norris has lost out badly there. No, not Norris, sorry, Porsche. Dropped down to third as a result of that. Whole flurry of leading cars of box now as well. Piastri, Tsunoda. That's Tsunoda right in front of us. We do get back in front of Yuki. We managed to catch him, and we've caught the back of Piastri.
Good job. Piastri
That
in front of you.
is fantastic news. There's Porsche just about 3 seconds in front as well. And they are all going on to hard, so yeah.
Use overtake.
Max is in now. Hard tyres for Max. It's a good stop.
Tires update.
Tire looks quite good at the moment.
Did I remove any races? No, you have to start a brand new create a team to be able to mess with the calendar in terms of the number of races and the number of sprints and stuff. But we will have the option to shuffle the calendar at the end of the season on this file. Don't know if we'll have another. We probably won't have another season on this file though. We'll probably just start a new one, add in some custom drivers, maybe a couple of custom staff members as well. Put Adrian Newey in there. We'll probably be transitioning over to the PC for that one as well, so I can add in some proper headshots. Maybe do a little bit of tinkering, put some mod sponsors on. I will still continue to do like logo tutorials and stuff on the console for console users. I'm going to be doing Jaguar next. As we get ourselves through on Teo. Just about.
Yes.
You are doing a good job, Joe. Mode charge.
Yeah, I will not be making Mahavir Raghunathan. Not that much of a sadist. And if I do put him in, he'll be rated at a 50 at best. Ooh, another yellow flag. As Fuji tries to go through on Porsche, on Piastri, doesn't pull it off. That's another lockup for Checo.
Now this is Sergio Perez.
Another lockup in Aqua
Things look
Minerale.
fine
That's
here.
proving to be quite the stumbling block for drivers today.
Struggling with the car. What caused that, I wonder?
F2 banned him because he was a menace to society. The 300 points you're talking about was probably penalty points.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
They actually had to introduce a new rule because of him. Because he got banned twice in the same season, but the ban wouldn't have come into effect until the start of his next season, which he never got. So he should have been banned for the final race of the season, but wasn't, because he amassed that many penalty points.
Keep focus on your race now. Mode charge. Mode charge. Mode charge. Mode charge.
Another yellow flag. Is that another lockup? It's at Tosa. Is it Ocon? No, it's Stoffel this time.
Here's the replay. Down at Tosa.
See, he's just ahead of Ocon coming out of the Villeneuve chicane.
Wheels just lock up
And
there.
then,
By that
yeah,
point, it was
straight
just
on at
too
Tosa.
late.
Just 3 behind.
Tyres are starting to run down a little bit. We are struggling to keep up with Porsche.
Do your best, man. Mode charge.
Let's see if we can at least get Fuji back onto both Zhou and Oscar.
Mode charge. Mode charge. Mode charge. Mode charge.
New fastest lap for Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, Porsche losing out in the pit stops like that has really hurt his chances now. He's dropped to 5 seconds behind Antonelli and Leclerc.
Keep focus on our race.
But we're at the point where the hard tyres on the cars in front of us are now probably a little bit quicker than us. So we need to make sure at the very least we stay with Oscar. That'll help us hopefully pull away from the cars behind. It helps us that Tsunoda, Norris and Stroll all have faults. As we have another round of pit stops. Van Dorn and Lawson. Lawson's gone mediums. And so is Van Dorn. That's them to the end. Checo coming in as well. He's already used 2 sets of mediums, so this will be for a set of hards, I would imagine. There we go. Let's him out.
Copy.
Okay, Joe, you can mode charge.
Okay.
Kind of happy to just sit behind Oscar.
Mode charge.
Understood.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy.
Couple of screenshots for the thumbnail.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy.
So a little bit more pace would be nice. We'll definitely get it when we put on another set of tyres. Let's start to build up some spare fuel
Joe,
as
we
well.
need to increase the lift off.
Copy.
Fault for Stroll, and we've had a crash somewhere. Albon and Sainz having a coming together. Piastri has suddenly left us behind. Oh, George Russell's all tight up there as well. Oh, Carlos. Our pit window's about to open up. And we have been dropped. All right. Let's work on getting the batteries fully charged so that we can really sprint when we come out of the pits.
Copy.
Do your best there, Joe.
Piastri's at a 1:14.9, look.
Everything is ready.
Copy.
Is Birmingham dangerous? No more so than any city in the world, really.
Copy.
You're always going to have bad areas. You're always going to have good areas in a city. I've never had any problems in Birmingham, but I mean, if you're just passing through on a travel connection, you should be absolutely fine. Just don't get lost. It's not so much fake PR, it's just, you know, nowhere's really safe. This, you know, in this day and age, anywhere in the world. Birmingham to watch a Villa game. Sorry, are you talking in terms of the fans, or are you talking in terms of the city? There are a lot of rivalries, a lot of heated rivalries between football teams in the UK. The hooligan problem that we had in the 80s is not as bad. Sorry, is what was pretty bad. It's nowhere near as bad now, but there are still some issues on certain fixtures. Villa Birmingham is quite a fierce rivalry, but it's not an all-out war that you might get with, you know, a local game with Millwall, for example. But it's the same in Italy. I mean, Italy is really bad for football violence because their hooligans are like hardcore. You know, there's a reason why they call themselves ultras. They are vicious. Do not want to be in the wrong part of Italy. Sorry, in the wrong part of Rome, wearing either a Roma or a Lazio shirt, depending on which of the two teams you support. after a local derby. Because Ale's asking to get stabbed. Oh man, our pace really has dropped off. Partly because we've been doing some fuel saving and battery charging, but also because we lost the slipstream. We're going to drop outside of the points quite significantly. We're going to have to fight our way back up.
No lift off.
Oh, yellow flag. Mistake for science
Now we're down
again.
at turn 9. Oh, and they need to be watching those track limits. Well, hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Tsunoda behind.
Okay.
Norris has caught us as well as Yuki now. I'm actually going to go another lap.
Box.
Coming to the pit lane.
Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything. Don't wear anything expensive. That should be just a general rule in life. If ever you're in an area where you're taking a bit of a leap into the unknown, if it's an area you don't know,
Try to push as much as
I think that should
possible
just
now.
be a general rule in life. It's you know, you just open yourself up for unnecessary risk and hassle. Especially if you're from overseas. It's like I wouldn't go to a city I've never been to. You know, in a country I've maybe never been to before. And where the flashiest shit I could possibly do and act like a twat. Because I would be basically just wearing a giant neon sign saying, please mug me. I don't know what I'm doing.
To the pit lane.
All right, not a bad stop for Joe, 1.9. It's quicker than his first stop.
Mode race.
How much of an improvement will that be? Where are we going to come out as well? We're at 4th quickest on the stops. We're ahead of George. We're down in 15th place.
At the moment, we are
And another yellow flag. And that's Perez crashing at Tosa. Back of the car just steps out, and
No, I cannot believe this.
he can't believe it. I can. He's been making mistakes all afternoon.
Overtake available.
And an issue for Sonoda has escalated.
No gear, no gear.
He's having gearbox issues as well. Same as Stroll. All right, Fuji's second stop. Let's make this one a good one as well.
Use overtake.
Copy.
1.872. Not as quick as the first one, but still an excellent stop there. Bring these tyres up to temperature for Zhou quickly. Not Zhou, sorry, Fuji.
Tires on target at the moment.
Oh, look at this group of cars we've got to get through. We've got to overcome the slipstream as well. It is a new fastest lap for Zhou.
Yeah,
We do get through.
fast. Try to slow down a bit.
Copy.
And Fuji is through on George. As we displace Nagel.
Let's have a lock at that. Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7.
There was Fuji getting the move done as he dived up the inside at Tosa. And then up the hill towards
And the Ferrari moves
Piratella.
up.
He's now all over the back of Gasly. Zhou's going to get the move done here on Iwasa by the look of it. There we go.
In front of you there is a sergeant.
And Fuji's going to try and go around the outside of Nagel.
Keep focus on our race. Overtake available. You need a mode charge.
And
charge.
that is Zhou into the points. Now, can we get quickly and cleanly through past Logan Sargent here? Yes, pushing him off the track slightly there through Piratella. Down the hill into Acqua Minerale. Back up the hill again towards the Variante Alta.
Confirm mode attack.
Oh, and Antonelli pumping in some very quick times again. Can we get the lunge? Oh, Iwasa just chopping across us. You think you should play a few games at ×1 in the future and not 16? Yeah, it's a very different game when you actually sit and just immerse yourself in the race like this compared to whizzing through at ×16. You get more emotionally involved in how the race progresses as well. Right, Iwasa has dropped off the back, so this will be hopefully a nice easy DRS overtake for Fuji here. Even with a little bit of battery charging.
Yeah, now priority 1 is the lift off.
There we go. Joe is closing on Stroll. Gap now down to 2 seconds. Let's turn that off. We have 14 laps to go, including the one that we're on. And Joe's caught Stroll already.
Move charge, move charge.
You can see just how important, if you don't have the outright pace, you can see just how important the slipstream is and the DRS is around the circuit. Porsche now 10.5 seconds away from Leclerc and Antonelli. He was swapping positions constantly. He led a good chunk of this race. But once he got dropped in that first round of pit stops, that was it. He didn't have the pace to get back in range. And he's just been drifting further and further back every lap. Every now and again he'll have a little push and he'll close the gap up, but he hasn't got the pace to compete. And Leclerc and Antonelli will keep leapfrogging each other as well. Valtteri up next. A lot of extra tyre here. Fuji has caught the back of Stroll, so we'll get a nice little bit of harvesting done on the exit of turn 18 here. The exit of Ravazza. Through he goes. And comfortably ahead as we hit Tamburello. On 14, the last lap for Joe. Yeah, now we're starting to get into a good rhythm. A good groove. Got our pace up. Got our confidence up.
In front.
And we are into DRS range already.
Do your best, man. Full charge.
Take the opportunity to try and squeeze a little bit more battery saving in, because we're going to have to sprint once we get past Valtteri to start going after Max.
At the moment you are P9. Okay, Joe, in front of you there is Valtteri.
Twelve laps to go.
You're doing a good job at the moment. In front there is Verstappen.
How high can we go? Don't know if we can catch Tsunoda and Norris.
Tires update.
I am really good, guys.
They might be a little bit too far ahead. We will have a little bit of extra rubber to play with, but not a massive amount. Mainly going to be in the corners where we make up the time.
More charge.
Oh, 1:13.0, that's a good start. 16.4 for Max. We were 3.4 seconds quicker than him last lap. We should be onto the back of Valtteri this lap as well. 10 laps to go for the leaders. It'll be 10 for us when we cross the line. I honestly thought, given the pace that was being pushed on the tyres in the first stint, that we were going to see 2 stops from the AI, and that just hasn't really been the case, apart from at the back. Almost everybody's one-stop this. Made us a shoe-in for the fastest lap. At least at this stage. What is the fastest lap? What did we do? A 1:13.8. Oh, we've gone quicker than that with Zhou, haven't we? Yeah, we did a 1:13.0. So that's the fastest lap. It just hasn't registered because it was still Zhou who just improved the fastest lap. So we've got, unless somebody suddenly dives into the pits to bolt on a brand new set of softs, we're pretty safe. Good chance for Antonelli to win his home Grand Prix here. Piastri, down in 4th place, hasn't looked quick, really, all weekend, all things considered. Go. See you later, Valtteri. Eighth and 9th. Took another 9/10 of a second out of Max on that lap. Our pace has dipped a little bit as our tyres are starting to wear down.
No lift off anymore.
We still have a pretty healthy advantage. Let's see, what are Tsunoda and Norris doing lap time wise? They're doing 1:16s. Yeah. 14 seconds behind. Not many laps to go, and they're overtaking each other with DRS. Need to see if I can get Fuji back onto Zhou again. It'll help us. Break away from Valtteri if we can as well.
Suggest lift off.
Copy.
So Max has got one of the Mercedes behind him. It's probably Sainz. It is Sainz. Look how far off the pace Perez is. What a disastrous race he's had.
More charge.
Yeah, copy.
Fuji's almost there. Yeah, I think Max is probably the best we're going to do. Getting ourselves in front of him with both cars. So 7th and 8th, probably what we can expect tonight. We've taken a step forward with our wings, but we haven't taken enough of a step forward yet. The new chassis and the new side pod will also help, not just with pace, but also with our cooling. Improve our tyre wear, improve our engine cooling. And that will make one stops, safer, or two stops even more aggressive. Come on, it's so close to that DRS. Let me get it, let me get it. There we go.
Okay, more charge.
Copy. Copy.
Yeah, we are not closing in on Max, but we were sandbagging Zhou a little bit there to get Fuji back in range. We've got 6 laps to go. A couple of drivers at potential risk of tyre issues. Tsunoda and Leclerc could struggle.
The wheels starting to go a bit on traction.
Now we're starting to close back in on Max again. Now that we're no longer harvesting with Zhou.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Five laps to go.
Five laps to go.
Max is actually closing. At least on Tsunoda. Tsunoda, if he has been dropped properly by Norris, then Tsunoda is going to start to fall into our clutches. So maybe 6th and 7th is on. But Norris is too far ahead. Sainz has got himself in front of Verstappen. That means he'll probably hold up Verstappen a little bit on this lap before he gets blue flagged again. Is it a fault for Porsche? It is.
But there! Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
Still on for a podium. Still 5 seconds clear of Oscar.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Mode attack. Mode attack.
We're going to turn our tyres up now.
Copy.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy.
I'm taking over 2 seconds a lap out of Sonoda. He's only 6 seconds ahead of us. 3.5 laps to go. That is catchable. Just.
So focus on your face and you will get them.
Yeah, copy.
3 laps to
Copy.
Right, so we should be blue flagging signs here. There we go. He removes himself from the equation.
mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
We're just 2.5 seconds behind Sonoda now. And we should get him on this lap. Or
2
get
laps.
onto the back of him on this lap.
Copy.
We get both cars through on max.
You are doing a good job there. In front there is Tsunoda.
Norris still too far ahead of us. We've got Albon in front, just tucked it right behind Tsunoda. He will do what Sainz did and just remove himself from the equation with a blue flag.
Oh,
Need to go up the inside here. And we got him.
We are P6. Norris in front. Last lap. Try to pull it down a bit more on your tires.
copy.
Considering we broke the norm of the rest of the grid with a 2-stop here,
We need some lift off.
and we just don't have the pace of the front runners at the moment, I think 6th and 7th is a pretty excellent result. We were helped a little bit in some respect by the fault for
That's Leclerc.
Stroll
Charles
and
Leclerc
Tsunoda.
is today's winner.
Tsunoda in particular. But a pretty good bit of race done for us. Antonelli denied a home win in the end. Leclerc pipping him.
No overtake now.
Pourchaire will get on the podium, an excellent result for him.
Okay, Joe.
Piastri has to settle for a distant 4th place, 15 seconds off the lead in the end. Then it's Norris, just a couple of seconds ahead of us. He also was nursing some issues with his car towards the end there. We'll take 6th and 7th. It's another good result.
Switch off.
Another decent little bit of points. Tsunoda will bring it home in 8th place ahead of Max Verstappen, just. And Valtteri will complete the top 10 and get that final point for Sauber with his teammate about 7.5 seconds behind him. Oh, and Stroll has made a mistake. Oh, no, Stroll has run out of fuel. This might well be a red flag. Are they going to throw a red flag? Everyone else is actually, no, they won't. Everyone else has already crossed the line. There we go.
A great performance from the Ferrari driver, wasn't it?
That really was such a strong performance. And they come away from today with a top 10 finish. Amazing. Really, really good for the team.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
It was a really strong outcome for them today, with both drivers performing well, capping off a good weekend.
And that's about it for our time here in Imola.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
Okay, there we go. Confirmation then of the final result. We've already gone through the top 10. Zhou, the biggest winner in terms of positions gains there, up 6 places. Valtteri also gaining 6 places as well. Looking at the bottom half, then you can see it's Iwasa from George. Sargent with a decent performance after a poor qualifying, up to 13th, but not quick enough for points. Gasly only gaining 3 places. Nagel is starting to, move himself up the order a little bit in terms of finishes. Maybe if he's really lucky, he might sneak a point by the end of the season. Stroll running out of fuel on the final lap there, but will be classified in 16th. Lawson, the first of the lapped cars, in 17th, ahead of Stoffel Van Dorn. Alex Albon, bad race for him, again, down 9 places in the end to finish in 19th. Ocon in 20th. Sainz in 21st, a shocker of a race for him. And Perez, disastrous race for him as well. The only car to finish 2 laps down. In the driver's standings then, it's just 12 points for Oscar today. He now leads the Drivers' Championship by just 1 point. Oscar was absolutely on cruise control at the start of this year, blistering away from everybody. Look at it now. After 7 rounds, he leads by just 1 point from Charles Leclerc. Antonelli has closed the gap by another 6 points as well. He's now just 19 points behind his teammate. Zhou has broken the triple digits. He's on 101 points now, 37 behind Oscar. Lost another little bit of ground, but still not overly out of it yet. He's still kind of in contention. Fuji onto 68 points now, closed up a little bit by Norris and by Pourchaire. Both McLarens outscoring him today. Norris on 50 points. Pourchaire's podium putting him onto 38 points and up 2 places as he jumps past Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly. Max gets a couple of points to put him into 21 points in 10th. He's now 2 points clear of Lance Stroll. Then it's Valtteri on 16 points. His teammate Iwasa on 12. Then it's George on 4 points. Not the best return to the grid this season for George. That Aston not really all that competitive. Sainz in 15th. Mercedes looking like they're going to have another rough season again after promising signs last year. Logan Sargent is 16th. No points for him yet. Ocon 17th. 18th for Alex Albon. His career is fizzling out. He might be gone as soon as his contract is expired and never to return. Perez as well. He's down to a 77 overall. 76 for Albon. Also having a terrible season again. And then it's Nagel up 2 places now into 20th. He's off the bottom of the table as he moves past Liam Lawson and Stoffel Van Dorn. In the constructors' standings, 30 points for Cadillac. They outscore everybody else, but not by a huge amount. They've doubled our points today, so 257 against 169. We are now slipping away. We're 88 points behind Red Bull closing us up a little bit. They took 10 points out of us. They're on 137, 32 behind us. McLaren getting a decent haul of points as well. They're on 88. Then it's RB in 5th with 53, 6 points ahead of Williams on 47. Then it's Sauber with 28 points. Aston in 8th place with 4 points. Then Mercedes with a point in 9th. Alpine 10th and Haas in 11th. Now, how do we do in the pit stops? We got the quickest stop with Fuji by quite a way, over a tenth of a second. Excellent stuff there. We also got 4th place in the end with Zhou. So big haul of points, 37 for us there. Alpine getting 2 cars in the top 10 with Stoffel in 2nd, Ocon in 10th. Haas getting some good points there, 15th. 15 points there for Perez's final stop. Sauber gets some points with Valtteri. Red Bull pick up some points with Nagel's stop. RB getting some points with Tsunoda. Williams with Max. Oscar picking up just 2 points for Cadillac. And once again, no sign of McLaren. They still have not scored a single point. What is going on with the McLaren pit crew this season? We are going to have a look and see who their sporting director is. 196 points now for Ferrari. We are over 100 points clear of Cadillac. We pulled out 35 points on them today. Big result there. So we are clear by 107 points now. Alpine now just 1 point behind Cadillac. They move up a place, as do Haas. They're on 83 points. Aston dropping down 2 on 79 points. RB closing the gap to just 5. They are in 6th place. Red Bull a distant 7th on 42 points. Then it's Williams with 26, Sauber with 18, 12 points for Mercedes. They drop down behind Sauber, and McLaren still yet to get off the mark. Their quickest stop this year, a 2.29. That is slow. Even Mercedes' quickest stop is 0.2, nearly 0.3 quicker. What is going on at McLaren? There you see our stops, 2 1.8 second stops for Fuji. A bit of a slowish stop for Zhou on the first one, 2.1. Made up for it on the second stop with a 1.9. Would have been nice to get him in the 1.8s as well, but our pit crew is really doing an excellent job so far this year. Both drivers achieve their target position. Both also get their contracted position bonus. That's 1.1 mil added to the bank, but that is enough for us to be able to start getting an underfloor underway. All right, let's get some bits and bobs done before we end the stream. If you have enjoyed tonight's race, by the way, please do drop a like. And if you're not yet subscribed, why not consider subscribing to the channel for free as well? Plus, if you are going to subscribe or you are subscribed already, don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when I go live. We do try and have a set live time. Sometimes I'm a little late. Sometimes we do miss a day. So getting notified is the best way to keep up with when each of these streams goes ahead. Let's start off diving into the inbox. We need to replace the chassis and the suspension on Zhou's car. That's not ideal, but we have spares. Just don't have a spare chassis anymore. Still got one spare suspension, and we're working on new ones, so I don't want to build another suspension yet, but I might have to build another chassis. We are still showing fine on Fudo's car there, so actually we'll see if we can get away with not replacing the chassis or not making a spare, because we are, let's see, 9 days away from a new chassis, then 10 days or so to build one. So we're just under 3 weeks away from getting that. That's going to be 2 or 3 races. As long as we don't crash, then the chassis that is fitted should survive on Fudo's car. And then by the time we have to replace the one on Zhou's car, we'll have enough to give him a new one as well. So that's good. Let's get an underfloor started. How far away are we from a new ATR period? Oh, quite away. So, okay. Let's see. Our speed is still low, look. So we should probably try and do a bit of drag reduction if we can. Let's take a little bit of life out of the underfloor as well. Don't really want to go too low. But we are struggling with weight, and we are struggling with downforce. Let's go to the higher of the 236 lifespan blocks. There we go. That'll take 30 days. So these take about 8 days to build. So we're looking at getting one on the car for Spielberg, and then a second one should be just about ready for Silverstone. All right, what else can we look at? Do we want to do another suspension? Let me... Well, we can't afford it yet, actually, so let's not even bother looking at that. Right, I want to take a look at sporting directors. Who is at McLaren? Benoit Dubois is a 65 overall. Wow. Yeah, that's why their pit crew's not doing well. Have McLaren run out of money? Who else have they got as their staff? Let's take a look at their technical chief. Oh, they've still got James Allison. He's only got 7 months left on his contract. If McLaren are running out of money, he could be on the market at the end of the season. Head of Aero. They've got Jared Murphy. Again, he's out of contract at the end of the season. They pinched both of them from Mercedes at the same time, by the look of it. They might lose them both at the end of the season as well. What about their engineers? Who have they got engineering-wise? So they've got Hugh Bird. He's locked up for 3 years. His contract runs out. In about 2.5 years, his contract will run out. Who else do they have? Who's their other engineer? Al Rivera. He's got 2 years on his deal. 1.5 remaining on his deal. So their engineers are fine for next season. And Powell's a decent engineer. And Hugh's a good engineer. So no issues for them there. But yeah, their aero and technical heads are both very good, but out of contract at the end of the year. Their sporting director's bad. What are their driver contracts like? Lando is out of contract at the end of the season. Could we see Lando potentially move? I wonder. Porsche still has 3 years to go on his deal. I don't know how much he's earning. He's got a huge buyout fee. I'm going to scout him because I'm curious as to what his salary is. They do have Ollie Behrman as a reserve. He's out of contract at the end of the season. Who else do they have as a reserve? Gabriele Mini. That's someone we want to sign. I want to put him in the car. I want to put him in the car now if I can. Buyout fee. It's going to cost me 4.5 mil to break Fudo's contract. Forgot about that. All right. How much is it going to cost me to refurb the factory? 2.8 mil. Okay, not too bad. So we need to get about 5 million in the bank. We've got money coming from the sponsors in 6 weeks ish, 5.5, 6 weeks. That money should pay to get rid of Fudo and bring in Gabriele Mini. Let me oops, no. And go back to Mini. Mini's stats here. They've got Monica Almeida as well. She started life as the affiliate for Brabham in season 1. And then we binned her off and she went to Ferrari. And then Ferrari binned her off when they ran out of money. And now she's at McLaren. on a 1-year deal. Looking at these stats here, his cornering and braking stats are really good. He's only on a high, not enthusiastic mentality. So his stats have the potential to go even higher than they are, but his smoothness is appalling. That's going to be a huge drop against Fuji. His defending is not as good by quite a margin. His overtaking is better, and let's again not forget, Fudo is in enthusiastic mentality right now. He is going to be on the grid somewhere next season, Fudo, I think. With that development rate and his overall rating at 82, and some of his stats there in the 90s, defending, or albeit boosted, defending, smoothness, and cornering, I can see him getting on the grid next year. He would enable us to earn more money as well from our board payments. Because we're only making like 700 grand a month from the board after wages and upkeep costs for everything else. Speaking of the board, let's check in with them. Get the right tab. There we go. No surprise there. They were delighted with Imola. That is good to see. Very good to see. We are comfortably beating our season objective to finish 9th or above. We are still not too far away from Cadillac in the Constructors' Championship. To the point where we're out of it. You know, we are not close, as you can see, but the gap is still less than 100 points, and it's still early days. We're only a quarter of the way through the season. So there is definitely the potential for us to close up with new upgrades coming. Diego is still absolutely loving life, as you can see. Cardley and Tondi are still okay, but not having greatest time at the moment. Everyone else, though, is really, really happy. Our affiliates are all doing well as well. I am thinking it's time to maybe get rid of one of them. Just, again, for help with the wage bill. But cost to terminate a lot. She's out of contract in 7 months. Do not want to lose Arvind. Oh, we were going to put Arvind in the car today, weren't we? We'll give him a run out at Monaco, I think. Completely forgot about Arvind. Let's check on his training. So he's on wheel-to-wheel at the moment for braking control. I'm going to transition him over to pace, short-run pace for control and braking. His braking needs, quite cornering and braking needs, because braking still needs a bit of work, but cornering could do with improving as well. He does have a very high potential. He is in a high development rate, so he's dipped to high. Not even in very high anymore. Wow, that has dropped quite quickly. Yeah, we need to give him a boost. So we need to get him in the car in the next session. Practice one at Monaco and hope he doesn't destroy anything. Tim, I would like to maybe trim him from the wage bill. He's not too expensive to get rid of. We could actually afford to do that, but we are using him with the sponsors this month, so we can't. Bobby Schwartzman, though, we could. Yeah, let's say goodbye to Bobby Schwartzman. 300k, we'll trim that off. Save, let's say, about 1.1 mil for the rest of the year. Maybe a little bit less than that. Maybe $1 million over the rest of the year. in terms of wages. So take off the buyout that we just had to pay. We're going to save about 600k, maybe 700k, maybe a touch more, but it's, you know, that's a month worth of payments from the board. So it'll add up over time. And we check in with the rest of our facilities in terms of their health. So we're 89%, 92%, 90, and 90. Everything in there is good. 86. Scouting never breaks. That's 86 as well. Yeah, we do need another upgrade on that at some point as well. Boards 81. They're okay. 87, 79. Helipad's starting to wear out a little bit. Weather Center at 87, 80 on the memorabilia, and the Tour Center, we'll have to keep an eye on those as well. At 75%, they will degrade down in effectiveness. And we're in pretty good shape. So we'll advance time to get those extra wings into our spare parts. There we go. So we now have 4 rear wings. There we go. And we should have 4 or 5 on the front wing. 5 on the front wing, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, no, we're on 4 at the moment. That's a surprise. But we'd be on 5 by now. This one must be dropping tomorrow. Do not have a spare chassis. But, like I said, I'm hopeful that we can survive long enough to not have to make another chassis and go straight to the new upgrade that's going through development right now. Suspension is something that we could look at doing another one at some point. What is the situation suspension wise? That's medium risk. Let me check this car. That's okay because we just replaced it. That side pod's at high risk, and that one is fine. So again, hopefully we can hold off having to make any more side pods, but we had better make one extra suspension, I think, because we don't have one of those going through yet. That will halve our remaining money, but it will give us that extra spare till we decide if we're going to do another one of those or not. When do we get our next money from the sponsors? The end of June, the week or the day after we go to Canada. So 2 races to go, and then we can bring Gabriele Mini in and say goodbye to Fudo Pugii. It's a little harsh, but I do want to have an Italian driver in the team. That was the whole initial concept of coming to Ferrari, was to pair up Mini and Antonelli and make them my driver lineup. And of course, we never got the real chance to determine the drivers, which was a bit of a shame. But we shall see going forward how we do. Let's move that one extra day forward. There we go. Problems with the suspension simulator. Great. What's the weather going to be like? Not expecting rain at Monaco. It's going to be warm. So we'll shut it down for 8 days. We don't really have anything going on with the suspension simulator at the moment, and I don't want it to get worse. It's only 80k. We'll shut it down. So, yeah, a bit of a shame, but it shouldn't affect anything that's being developed right now. And that is it. We are prepped and ready for Monaco, which is tomorrow's race. We will hopefully be at the normal time of 8 p.m. for that one. And we'll see how we do around the streets of Monaco. We'll also put in Arvid Lindblad for his first run in the car as well. In practice 1, we'll drop Fuji for that. Right, no, we'll drop Zhou. Let's put Suzuki in the car for Fudo. Give her a run as well, I think. seeing as we can't really afford to get rid of her, we may as well give her a run, see how she does. Yeah, there we are. 88 points behind Cadillac. Still in the hunt. We're a little bit more distant than I would like. We are still holding our ground against Red Bull. They are 32 points behind us. A little bit further away in the drivers in terms of outright pace, but a lot closer in terms of points. 37 points behind Oscar, 36 behind Leclerc. I can't believe how much Oscar's pace has dropped off in the last couple of Grand Prix. He must be nursing old engine parts against quicker rivals, because he was absolutely dominating this season in the build-up. In the first few races, he was comfortably, finishing so far ahead of everybody else, and that has just disappeared. He's just 1 point clear of Charles Leclerc now as we go to Monaco, and Leclerc, he's going to be wanting to win his home race. And given the state of that Red Bull at the moment, how good that car looks on paper, he's got every chance of doing that as well. Antonelli has picked his pace up a bit recently as well. He is bringing himself back into contention. He's just 19 points away from his teammate now. So he will be hunting down Oscar as well. Could be a very, very close race at the front tomorrow. I'm expecting to see a lot of one-stops from some of the drivers. We will probably be two-stopping, because that does seem to be the best way to do Monaco. If you've got a car that can cut its way through the traffic, ours is pretty decent. Our drivers are in good form, so the two-stop is probably the one that's going to make the most sense. Yeah, I'll make that decision, obviously, when we get to race day. But that is probably what we're going to do. Hopefully, I will see you there. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.